It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today we are out in the maple woods. It's kind of an exciting time. The weather's getting better. Last weekend we had some unseasonably warm weather and some of my friends were boiling, but I just couldn't get everything done in time to get that little bit of a run. So I knew that it was going to cool down, and it did. This weekend's a lot cooler, so what we're going to do today is go out and cut some firewood, haul it back to the sugar shack. My goal today is to cut enough wood that we can boil the season, that I won't have to run around panicking trying to get wood because I'm running out of it. So that's what the goal today is. We're going to go try to find some dead standing wood, drag it back to the sugar shack. We'll try to stack it up, and then I'll try to cut it later. I don't have to cut it all today, but we'll do our best to get it back here and get as much as we can. Spring is always a bit of surprise when it shows up. You just never know when. And when it comes, you're rushing around. So this year is no different. I don't want to take it easy because I know that next weekend we maybe should be tapping. So I want to make sure that I get at least the wood done this weekend. Next weekend we'll tap, and then we're pretty much on the way to getting the evaporator up and running for probably maybe the next weekend after that. So in 3 weeks, most likely we'll be boiling, and I want to be ready for that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go out and cut a little bit of firewood and try to get it back to the sugar shack. So let's go. I didn't do too much to the sugar shack this year. Actually, the last few years, once it becomes usable, it becomes less and less motivating to work on it. So I didn't even get back and restack the pails, but it doesn't look like anything came in here and knocked them all down, so that's a good sign. They stay super dry. Unless there's a real driving wind, you don't get rain on top of them. The snow blows in because it kind of comes around the corner. But so we have a ton of work to do. I'm using the Massey 50 today. We're going to see how well that goes through the snow. A lot of the trees out here have been cleaned up, so the dead ones have been cut. So we're going to have to go a little bit farther to try to track down some dead trees, but let's go and get some. So what we're going to use the old Massey 50 and my 3-point hitch loader, some log tongs if I need it, and a chain, and we're just going to drag it back. I found a little bit of a section of trees. We're going to try to cut down some of this dead one. There's a nice dead ash there. We'll just clear out this one section. There's one that's hanging. I'm sure we can do that. Let's start cutting them up. I cannot keep it running. It seems like it runs fine, then I give it some gas, and then it kind of stalls out and dies. But it's almost like it's running out of gas. So I think that's kind of what it is actually doing. So we're going to go run back. We're going to run back to the garage, throw a new fuel filter in it, and see if that works a whole lot better. That just shows I need to do a little more maintenance on my chainsaws. I hope all it needs is the fuel filter anyways. Let's go.
Well, I brought the chainsaw back to the shop, and you take the cap off, and the fuel filter is inside the tank. So I have this wire that you pull down into the tank, and it kind of hooks onto it, and you pull the hose out with the actual filter on it. But it takes a few tries. You actually get it out. When I look at it, it looks pretty decent, you know, but anyways, I still change it. But somewhere around here is the main reason why I didn't just make a video about changing a fuel filter on a 372 XP. I hear a squirrel. And then I got distracted because I had to chase it out of my attic. Right now you're thinking, why wouldn't you start that before you go all the way back in the bush? I did. It was running perfectly. By the time I got out here, this is what I have.
Today's not going the way I planned. My saw's not running good. My other side, I have no idea what's wrong with it. I know that the gas was good on both of them. I changed the fuel filter, spark plug, and I blew up the air filter. Still does not want to run, so I'm going to load up the wood I have. We're going to go back to the sugar shack because I got a screwdriver there and see if we can adjust it to get it to run. I hope it's nothing too major. This is the first real problem I've had with it. So, you know, can't fault it for that. It's just, it is what it is. So let's load this up. Today is just something else. Maybe I should strap the wood to the bucket. Make sure that it gets back to the shack. I didn't think it was going to fall off, and I wasn't paying attention. I tell you, today is quite a day. Let's adjust the saw, and hopefully we can get it running. on. Okay. Okay, so I'm about ready to call it. It's been a struggle. I've been trying to get the chainsaw to run. I was able to cut one log up real good, and then all of a sudden it just won't run. It's got lots of compression, so I didn't do anything there, but it's incredibly frustrating. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call this today. It's just what it is. So that's about enough for today. You guys have a good one.